So if you see my video on grammatical cases, then maybe you've heard me mention declension. If not, don't worry, it might apply in your target language, especially if it's a Germanic, Slavic, or Cyrillic language, though certainly it applies to other ones. And it's not all that complex. So if you need to know declension, don't worry, I got you covered. If you understand how verbs change to represent actions in time and how those actions are done by different people, then you already fundamentally understand declension. It's just applied a little bit differently. So where tense and conjugation applies to verbs, declension applies to typically nouns, pronouns, adjectives, sometimes adverbs, and a couple of other parts of speech like articles and determiners as well. Generally speaking, you'll find that this applies in Germanic languages, in Slavic languages, and in Cyrillic languages, though certainly it's not exclusive to those languages, so take that with a grain of salt. And they apply to varying degrees too. So for example, in German, you have 4 grammatical cases applied to those parts of speech that I just mentioned. You decline those, you change those parts of speech, the endings of those parts of speech, to match the case, the function of whatever is being referenced in that very point of the phrase, of the question, of that clause. So just like we change the endings of verbs to represent what we mean, we change the endings of these parts of speech to similarly represent what we mean. It's just, instead of actions, we're talking about function within the sentence. In Slavic languages, like for example, Czech, that I'm learning, there are 7 cases. And I believe it's the same case in, no pun intended, in Russian and Ukrainian as well. But I believe that they use different cases because there are, fun fact, not so fun fact, there are, I think, 14 or 15 different cases altogether. Different languages pick and choose which ones they really care about. So don't think you need to know all 14, but I digress. Using German as the example though, you'll see, I'll put the chart up here, that yes, you can decline, you can change the endings of the articles, the in the language, as you see in this chart. You can also change the endings of adjectives, and if you compile them together, you may use different endings, even in the same little section. Coincidentally, in German, if you understand the statistical probability, you can probably throw en to the end of whatever it is that you're declining, and you'll probably be okay. Don't expect every language that uses declension or that uses this grammar to be so simple and so statistically probable, but in German, that just happens to be the case. Either way, before I go on for too much longer, I really hope that was complete enough to at least give you a primer, a basic background on declension, and to hopefully make it seem a little less intimidating. I read about this and other things so much more in my books, so please check those out on Amazon, links in the description. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want more stuff like this, and I really hope that I will see you in the next one. Thank you.